Everybody, this is Judy with some nuggets. It's a beautiful Sunday morning, Sunday evening. I almost said morning. It's a beautiful Sunday evening. There are some people who are celebrating, and there are some people who are so mad because we've just finished watching the game between Argentina and Spain. Yes, the supporters of Spain are very elated. They are jumping up and down. They are celebrating. The supporters of Argentina are not very happy. But that's not a problem. Life is like that. Yes, life is full of changes. And I am actually here because I want to share with you very important things pertaining to your life and my life too. Okay? I've been coming here to talk about financial stewardship, and I am motivated to talk about this until I turn blue in my face, because I am sick and tired of people perishing because of lack of knowledge. Information is a very important tool. Information is a very important utensil. If you don't use it, that's your problem, but we have to give you that important tool for you to improve your life. So I want to share with you some things, and I'm very sure that your life is going to change. If you are not informed, then you're gonna get informed today. Okay? All right. Let me flip the camera so that you can see my screen. So it is financial education that I'm giving this particular evening. It is 7:15 p.m. All right. I want to give you a quote by Robert Kiyosaki, and this is the quote. One of the reasons the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, and the middle class struggles in debt is because the subject of money is taught at home, not at school. Now, these are things that we know. You know very well that the wealthy class continue getting wealthy, the poor continue being poorer, because the subject of money is never taught in school. So we people in the middle class, I'm talking to you and I'm talking to me, we know, how do you know that you are in the middle class? In case you didn't know, who is the middle class? The middle class is that person who can afford meals of the day, can pay their rent, can put gas in their car, can pay their car note. Yes, that is the middle class. In other words, you are able to use the money that you are earning to pay your bills and to stay afloat. You are not begging. Yes, you are not wondering where do I get the next meal. That is the middle class. And we people in the middle class, we are the ones that are wallowing in high credit card debt. Why? Because nobody has taken time to teach us about financial management. And that is why I'm here to talk about that. My name is Judith. I'm a licensed financial professional in the state of Georgia, and I'm out there helping families. I'm helping people to know where to put their money and to know how to use their money well and not to be entangled in debt. That is my business. It's a God-given mandate. Let me go to this slide. Now look, these are the financial portfolios. We have the checking account, we have the savings account and money market. We have certificate of deposit, which we call the CD. We have the 401k category. We have independent retirement account, IRA. We have the Roth IRA. We have stocks. We have annuities. We have life insurance. We have bonds. We have college fund, social security benefits, and pension. Those are the portfolios, the financial portfolios that are available for anybody working anywhere. You can choose any of these to put your money. to save your money in. Okay? Most of us have a checking account and a savings account, and in our places of work, we have a 401k. Yeah, and some people have gone ahead. They have bought some stocks in the stock market, and they are monitoring how the stocks are progressing, whether you are going up or down, and so on. So these are the portfolios that we have. I have to mention them because if you are working, you have a paycheck, you are putting money in any of these portfolios. Okay. Now, let me now come to the gist of the matter. Currently, the inflation rate is 3%. Okay? That is the inflation rate. It is 3%. Okay? Does anybody listening to me have a checking account that gives them 3%? If you have a checking account that gives you 3% from what you have, or a savings account in a bank that gives you 3% interest, let me know from the comment section. If you have a savings account that gives you that, let me know. I will tell you for free that our checking account, if you have a checking account that earns interest, is 0.01%. The savings account, the same. But let me tell you the wonder. If you have saved $5,000 in a savings account, you will earn interest. At the end of the year, you'll be given 0.01% of that money. But the bank takes that money, loans it out to somebody in form of a line of credit or a car note or whatever it is, and charges them between 20 and 29% interest. So who is being fooled? You are keeping your money in the bank because you believe it is the safest place for you to put your money. The bank takes that money and uses it, loans it to somebody, charges them compound interest, while you, the owner of the money, is being charged or being given simple interest. We need to wake up. Bibi, I sound like a what? Let me laugh. Okay. Now, the inflation rate is 3%, and your money in the account is earning you 0.01%. When will you beat inflation? Answer me that question. Because the $5,000 you have saved in your savings account, by the end of the year, it would have lost 3% in value. That means what we are using now, for example, if you need $5 to buy something today, at the end of the year, you will need $6.25 to buy the same thing. What is that telling you? Money has lost its value. And yet, we continue to put our money in that particular savings account because we don't want to keep it in the house. Of course, we may lose it or we may spend it without order and so on. So we think that our money is safe in the bank. I will put it to you. If you have an index annuity, you beat inflation because your interest is more than 3%. If you stay with me, I will show you the numbers. If you have life insurance with the living benefits, it will give you between 12 and 15% interest. That's compound interest. You will beat inflation. If you have municipal bonds, you will also beat inflation. So the question is this: why are we still having our money banked in savings accounts, in CDs, in checking accounts? Why do we have money there? It's because we don't have information. And that is why I am here to give you information. Now, let me go to my next slide. Come on. We have to learn a way that we are going to beat inflation. If you don't beat inflation, you are enriching somebody else and you are becoming poor. Now, there is always this thing, taxes or no taxes. There are three buckets there, as you can see. Bucket number one, because you know we all pay taxes. Bucket number one is where we have the IRA, we have the 401k, we have the 403bs. These ones are in the bucket that we call tax deferred. Why is it called tax deferred? When you are saving your money in your 401k, your employer removes that money and keeps it in the 401k before it is taxed. Meaning, when you clock 59 and a half, you are able to withdraw that money from the 401k. But remember, Uncle Sam has been waiting for you. If you started working at the age of 22 and you started putting your money in the 401k, it was not being charged any tax. But by the time you want to withdraw it, you will pay all the taxes that have accumulated all the years. They usually charge you 25%. 25% of that particular money. Okay? Then we have the bucket number two, where we have the investment accounts and the bank accounts. Any money that you have invested in whatever, any money that is in your bank account, you are taxed. Believe you me, when you have money sitting in your savings account, at the end of the year, around January, mid-January, they will send you, the IRS, the bank will send you a 1099 because they want you to pay taxes on that money that is staying seated there in the bank. So you'll be taxed on that money. And how much is interest is it giving you? 0.01%. So most of the time it's negligible. You don't even need to file it. Okay? Now look at the third bucket. We have the Roth IRA, the Roth 401k, and the insurance. This bucket number 3 is tax-free. When you tell people about this, they think you are talking about dreams. They tell you, how is that? It is too good to be true. But stay with me. I have to educate you because I have been licensed by the state of Georgia to give you this information. I am not talking as a novice. I'm talking with somebody carrying a license to talk about money matters. Okay? So let's go on. Taxes or no taxes? Checking account, you pay tax on it. Savings, you pay tax on it. CD, you pay tax on it. 401k, the tax is deferred. You will pay it when you withdraw the money. Roth IRA for the retirement, you don't pay tax on it. Okay? Now, the question is this. With all this information, why do we still have people having their money sitting in a savings account in the bank? It is because of lack of information. Look at this statement. We have simple versus compound interest. I want you to look at this quote. When I heard this quote, I got goosebumps and I woke up from my sleep. Compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. This great statement was spoken by a gentleman in the name of Albert Einstein. So we have compound interest and we have simple interest. The bank will always give you simple interest. And let's do the game of numbers. If you are looking at this, simple versus compound interest, look at the game of numbers. Assuming that there are two people, each of them has 100,000. The first one decides to put their money in a savings account in a bank. They're 100,000. The second one decides to put his money in an index universal life insurance plan. The first year, they are at the same level because they will both earn interest of 10,000 on their savings. So the one with the simple interest has 110,000 and the one with the compound interest has 110,000. Now, what happens in year 2? The one with 110 will still earn interest on 100,000. Remember that? So the interest is 10,000. Will have a balance of 120,000. But the one with 110,000 in compound interest, that 10,000 has compounded and also earns interest. And so the person ends up with 121,000. Now come to year 10. The one who is surviving on simple interest at the 10th year has savings of 200,000. The one whose interest is being compounded has savings of 259,000. Compounding is going on. Look at year 40. Year 40, the one with the simple interest has 500,000, and the one with the compound interest has 4,526,000. And that qualifies the statement of Albert Einstein. Compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. So how do we pay compound interest? If you have a mortgage, you are paying compound interest. If you have a car note, you are paying compound interest. If you have a line of credit of any kind, you are paying compound interest. Why? How do they do this? They make sure that you only, in fact, let me flip the camera so that you see my face. You may wonder who is talking to you. This mama here is a mama who has been charged by God to get you out of where you are. Okay? Now let me talk to you. We pay compound interest because of lack of information. You get a credit card of 1,000. You use 200 and something dollars in that month. When the bill comes, the invoice comes for you to pay, they will ask you to pay $35 minimum. That's what they ask you to pay. And you will tell yourself, $35 is negligible, I'll pay them. So from their 1,000 that they gave you, and you used 200 plus, and you paid only $35, they will take that balance you had because you owe them 200 and something. They will take that balance, compound the interest on it. Next month when you come to pay, that balance is higher than last month. Then you are asking yourself, how come I thought I owed them less? How come I still have, I'm paying more? It is because you are paying compound interest. What about the mortgage? When I bought my house, I was a first-time homeowner, so I was given support by the government, a loan for down payment, and the loan was $6,000. That one was separate from the main mortgage that loan that I was given by the bank to buy the house. So down payment, I got $6,000. Now they calculated this $6,000 to also pay it within 30 years, just like the main mortgage. Do you know what they were telling? They told me I'll be paying $31 a month for 30 years. You yourself do the math. Do the math. Because if you are paying, this is how it was being calculated. When I opened up to ask how much money of this goes to the principal, I was told $6 is to the principal, $24 is interest. I collapsed. I said, how can that be? I told myself, Judy, wake up. From that time, I started paying $250 on the principal, and then there are 31 that they had calculated for me. I got sick and tired because I knew if I would make these things Skylet go on paying 31, by the time I finished paying, I would have paid them something like 15 or 16,000, more than twice the amount they lent me. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. You will earn it. If you put your money in a life policy that has living benefits, that money is compounded and you don't even pay interest on it. Yeah, you don't pay, yes, you don't pay interest on it. You earn interest. You don't pay interest. You pay interest when you get a line of credit. And then woe is you if you are the type that say, I'm okay with the minimum payment. I only pay the minimum. It's negligible. That minimum payment will come and choke you at your neck because you will always be in debt. When I came to this country, I was entrapped because where I come from, there's no credit system. Whatever you own, you bought it. If you can't afford it, that is it. Because everything is bought on cash. If you don't have, you don't have. I came to America, you can even own what you can't afford. You can go get a big, so long as you have good credit, you'll get a big car. And you are told you are paying $500 a month. So it is choking you, but you are just, I'm driving a big car. And the interest is going up, going up. But we don't see that. So we are always in debt. We are being strangled. It's like a python. You know, the python will constrict you first and break your bones before it swallows you. We are always in debt. We are wallowing in debt because we lack information. In case you want information on how to get your indexed universal life plan, please DM me. I will give you direction. If you are in the US, whichever state you are, I will give you direction and you will get out of this cyclic thing of debt, 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 and more debt. Okay? All right. Let me go ahead. I'm addressing this matter because it disturbs me. It disturbs me. And I have to talk about it. When the Bible says that my people perish because of lack of knowledge, it is true. And that is why we give information, we give it free. As a licensed financial professional, I want to make sure that people, is there anybody who is giving me? Okay, if you want to ask me a question, you can ask me. I am right here with you. All right. I'm looking for, all right. When you talk to people about life insurance, people always think that you want them to die. My question is this: how is it called life insurance and then you are talking about death? Life insurance actually means you are helping yourself while you are alive. That is exactly what it means. But how come people have a mentality, the moment you mention life insurance, they already brush you out? Oh, why do you brush people away from you when they are talking about life insurance? Because you are young, you are healthy, you can wake up in the morning, enter your car, go to work, come back, cook your food, eat, sleep. You know, if you want to go to a social place, you want to go to a party, you want whatever, you can do because your body is strong. You don't think about tomorrow that something may happen to you. But I want to give you bad news. Life happens. Life happens. There was this doctor, it was in the news, it was 2 years ago, in Ohio. The wife is a nurse, the man is a pharmacist. Doing very well, living in a 4-bedroomed house, children going to good school. making good money, living large. Life is good. I'm telling you, one morning, this man just feels something funny and goes for a regular checkup. You want to find out what is going on in my body. You know, we can't scan ourselves. Some of us are walking with diseases that have not been diagnosed. We just don't know. When he went to the doctor, he was slammed with a kidney problem. He was found to be having a kidney problem. And therefore, he needed to be on dialysis. He needed to change diet. He needed all the things I'm telling you. It was so devastating. They did have life insurance. You know, with the whole life insurance, I'm not talking about the term life insurance that people don't like to talk about. The Index Universal Plan. What happens is that when you take up that policy, you can opt to have a rider on top of it for chronic illness. Yes. Such that if you have a policy of, for example, 500,000, which is $500 million, and that's why I'm talking to you, if you are young, you better have it now. Because people wait till when they are old, that is when they want an insurance policy. When you are old, the insurance doesn't want you because you are a liability to the insurance. Get it when you are young and enjoy your money when you are young. He did not have this policy. And you see, when it became so difficult, because he was having pain and so on, he had to stop working. Now the wife was the only breadwinner in the house. They had not put anything in place to protect their money. You know, when you save your money in an index plan, your money is earning compound interest. And when you get a critical ailment, for example, if you have a policy of 500,000 and you get a critical ailment like the disease, the kidney disease, and you are not able to go to work, the insurance, because of the living benefits, the insurance will pay you 90% of that money. 90%. Now, what is 90% of 500,000? It's over 350,000. That one you'll be given hard check, and it is tax-free. Any money that you are receiving from insurance, you don't pay any tax on it. Take that statement to the bank. It is the truth. They didn't have anything in place. Do you know what happened? The wife's check could not sustain the bills, that they are recurrent bills, like mortgage, like car notes, like, the bills, like these big people who have big houses, that your power bill can be around $800. That is true. Especially in the summer like now, and you have central cooling. You pay through the nose because you have big, large space. They were not able. They had to move to a 2-bedroom apartment. And even the wife had to reduce the hours of work. Why? Because you can't afford to hire a caregiver to take care of your husband when you've gone to work. So you work less so that you can be the caregiver of your husband. Why don't we like to plan ahead? Why don't we want to plan ahead? Because we think I'm vibrant. You can be whole and healthy and everything is going on well. Then you are driving on the road, you are in the right lane, you are obeying the traffic rules, and a rogue drunk driver comes and T-bones you and makes you to be paralyzed. You are not able to work. We have to guard against these things, and we have to be sharp. So, let us take action. Let us take action. Let us take action. All right, I think half an hour is enough to talk to you, because I am coming here every day and I'm talking. I will talk till I turn green in the face, not blue, green. Because I want people to be informed. I want people to know. Once you have the information, you know how to act on that information. If you are agile and young and you clock in and you clock out, ask yourself, What if something happens to me and I'm not able to go to work? In America, if you don't work, you don't get paid. What if something happens to me? I'm not able to go to work tomorrow, or I wake up and I find I have a swelling in my foot, I can't stand, I can't walk, and I must go visit the doctor. Your workplace will give you sick off. They will give you sick off, and they have a maximum number of days they can give you. Beyond that, shh. When they are giving you sick leave, they are getting from the sick leave allowance that you have. What if it's chronic and you are not able to go back to work? How much in savings do you have to take care of you in a duration of whatever time? Somebody asked this question. If you lose your job today, not losing your job, because losing your job, you are able to get another job. But today, if you find out that you are not able to go to work because we trade our blood for the dollar, right? What if you are not able, you wake up that day and something has failed in your body, like you have a stroke and you are not able to work? How long can you live on the savings that you have? How long? Most of us is not even that month, because if we don't get paid, we won't be able to pay our rent or mortgage. If we don't work, we won't be able to pay it, because we live from check to check. So we must have a mechanism in place to protect the money that we are earning. How do we protect that money? We have to put it in an index universal life plan. Put it there. It compounds the interest for you. If you get a chronic sickness, critical sickness, insurance will give you 90% of that money as you get better. Do you know what? When people are diagnosed with the critical ailments and they don't have finances, what kills them is the depression from financial pressure earlier than the disease itself. That is the truth. Because you are here worrying, how will my house be in foreclosure? Are they going to repossess my car? Because you don't have money, you are sick, you can't work. So we must have a plan in place to protect our money. So we have to learn. We have to learn from one another. And some people, they are so hard-headed. You tell them that. I told my son, I am older. I cannot take a policy of $1 million. You are young. Take that policy, because you'll only be paying $45. And you are protected. And the money you are putting in as a premium is your money. You are building the cash value. It's just like putting your money in a savings account. You are losing nothing. I will tell you, the money we lose is the money we pay in car insurance. If you don't get an accident, you will not go to the insurance company and say, this year I never got an accident. Can you give me a bonus? Although we don't pray for accidents. We are so quick. We must insure our car because the law requires, right? And you cannot drive out of the parking lot of the dealership without insurance. They won't allow you. You can't. You can't finish signing your paperwork on the table without homeowner's insurance when you are buying your first home. You cannot. Yet the person, the engine itself, the one who is going to drive the car, the one who is going to own that home is not insured. Hey, Jesus. What's wrong with us? What exactly is wrong with us? There's a problem. There's a problem. Either we are not getting it, or there's something, one nut in our heads is loose. We need a doctor. Oh, I don't want my insurance to lapse. That is the car insurance. Because you can't drive on the road without it. Yet the body that is driving that car is not insured. Jesus. Please, come on. Let's wake up. Let us wake up. Let us wake up. Let me flip my camera again and show you something. Look at my screen. The question on hand is, how would you like your money to grow? Money grows in three ways. There is the fixed, that is the graveyard account, as I call it. That is when you put your money in a savings account in the bank. If you look at your bank statement, you will find that you have 2 cents, 3 cents. That is the interest the bank has given you. That money will never grow. If you put 10,000 in the bank and you wait for 10 years, if you are not touching it, the inflation being 3%, the value of that money would have lowered by the end of 10 years. So you can never beat inflation when you are saving your money in a savings account. Then we have option 2, which is the variable. This is the stock market. The stock market is variable because when the market is good, the money goes up. When the market is bad, the money goes down. That's why you see that graph zigzag, zigzag. I call it epileptic growth, up, down, up, down. Variable. Then we have the miracle of the family. That's what I call it. It is called the indexed growth. Why? It's because the money is in the stock, yes, but when the market is good, you see it moves a step. When the market goes bad, it plateaus. It doesn't go down. It goes level. When the market goes up again, it goes up. So that's why you can see those steps, and that's why we call it index. It grows when the market is good, and it plateaus. When it plateaus, they will even give you 0.75% of what you have saved there. And that is happening in what we call the Index Universal Life Plan, which I call upon everybody to be part and parcel of. Very, very important. Now, there are three types of life insurance. We have the group life insurance, which we usually get when we are working. That one does not benefit you as an employee. It benefits your employer. Your employer pays that particular premium, and your employer can use that benefit. You as an employee, you don't benefit from it. For you to benefit from it, you have to die when you are at work. You can't die at home and then they come to claim you are not at work. Okay? Then we have the term life. The term life, you take it either for 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years. Now, if you believe in God, you know we always pray for long life. So if you are 20 years old, or 25, or 30, and you take a term life of 30 years, what are you saying? I want to die before 30 years are over. Because for you to benefit from a time life insurance that is 30 years, you must die before you reach 29 and a half. If you don't die, all that money you saved there is lost because there are no living benefits with the term life insurance. And your money does not grow. It is like putting your money in the sink and, putting on the drainer so that it crashes it. You are not getting nothing out of it. Then we have the whole life insurance, the traditional whole life insurance, where you pay up to age 100. You pay for your entire life up to age 100. Okay? Then we have the family miracle, which we call the universal life plan. This one is what I'm preaching about. Until I turn green, I'll be preaching about it. Universal life insurance is the index, the one that I've shown you. Your money will grow. As the stock goes up, your money grows. When the stock is bad, your money plateaus and you get a 0.75%. Otherwise, you get between 10 and 15%, depending on your contract that you have signed. So we need to wake up. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. Now look at the Index Universal Plan. You know, it is the one I call the Family Miracle because it is 3-in-1 solution. 3-in-1. It is the family bank strategy. It protects your money. It gives you emergency funds. Like once you save your money first year, second year, on the third year, you can borrow from that money. Can you imagine the pleasure of borrowing from yourself? You have no loss. You are eating your cake and having it. You have, even if you are paying interest, it is adding onto your money. It is just too pleasant, okay? And then there are living benefits. If you have critical illness, you benefit. If you have chronic illness, you benefit. If you have terminal ailment, you benefit. So, meaning your plan will give you that money. The insurance will give you that money. Even funeral concierge, will preparation, this one will give you the leeway. This index universal plan will give you all that. Now, let me tell you for free. This plan will protect you against IRS. IRS will never tax you on this plan. You get your money in, you get your money out, you don't pay taxes on it. This is what the wealthy use. The wealthy always do that. And that is how their money rotates within those plans, and they never pay taxes, and you are wondering, what is wrong? Because they will take their money and put it in an index plan. This one, you can take it to the bank. I'm talking it loudly, I should be whispering. You have, for example, 50,000 from your 401k or whatever, or you won the lottery. If you win the lottery, my brother, my sister, take that money and open up your account there in the Index Universal Plan. Okay? After you take it, after you put it there, you know it is protected from taxes. Now you can borrow from it. That's how the wealthy continue being wealthy. You borrow from that one. You also don't pay taxes from it because you have gotten it from your life insurance. People, let us wake up. Let us not live in ignorance. Let us hack into the plan of the wealthy. That is how they live. It is only us struggling middle class who are paying interest like crazy because we don't want to listen. We don't want to learn. What is wrong with us? All right. These are details now that I want to give the people who are interested. But I'm telling you of a truth. I asked you this question before. How many days forward could you survive if you stopped working today? Hey. Once you ask people this question, they get goosebumps. Because all of us know we live paycheck to paycheck. We need our paycheck to pay our next bill. Have you ever told somebody this statement? I can't afford this because I'm waiting for my paycheck. Somebody tells you, oh, I have seen this very nice pocketbook. It will look so nice with the whichever dress that you have. I cannot buy that one now. I'm waiting for my paycheck. Why? Because we live paycheck to paycheck. And may the Lord help us. These things are there and we have to learn. Now, in college planning, yes, there is the code IRC 529 where you can save for your children money for college. But this IRC 529, your money is put in the stock market. And as you can see, the epileptic graph is there, up, down, up, down. So you never know by the time you want your child to go to college and you have your money in the 529, you withdraw it, you don't know the value that time because who knows, maybe the stock market that time has crashed. So it is not even safe. And if you are using this plan, another disadvantage, you can only take your child to college within that state. If your child, for whatever reason, wants to go to Howard University and you live in Georgia, that is out of state, you will not access this money. Okay? But we have a code here that the wealthy use. It is IRC 7702. This one, when you are saving your child's money for college education, it is on an index growth. And you know, the wealthy, once their child is born, they get this type of insurance for their child. They can give their child a $1 million policy, but they are only paying $25 a month because the child is fresh from the womb, no diseases, nothing, and they are paying for the child this one. By the time the child clocks 18, the money has compounded in interest. They are going to college without a loan. But our middle class kids, we are the ones looking for FAFSA. We are the ones looking for Salimei. And I will tell you, Salimei is a suicide. I faced it myself. Let me flip my camera, you see my face. You know, after I graduated, you know, I wanted to be a nurse, so I went to a community college. And because when you have a first degree, the government will not give you sponsorship. I don't know how this rule has been established, but I wasn't given sponsorship, so I went to Salimei. As you know, I was working, but I could not afford $3,000 just to go and pay my tuition. So I had to. Don't laugh. We are working, but we don't have this money. Because it comes in and leaves. It comes in and leaves. If I had known what I know now 10 years ago, I would be very far. I would have indexed my money long time. So, I borrowed from Salimei 4,000. In fact, I had only borrowed 2,000 because I could afford 1,000 by myself. So I had borrowed 2,000. But then after 2 weeks, they dangled money in front of my face in this manner. Oh, just in case you need any more money for books or for whatever they called it. Maintenance when you are in school. You qualify for 2,500 more in loan. How much do you want? The stupid me, I didn't even need the loan because I had paid that semester's fee and I would struggle for the next. Yes, I need some. I applied for it. They gave me. So from the 2,000 that I had borrowed, they added me 2,500. I now owed them 4,500. And because I was working, I said I'm going to start paying it immediately. They calculated for me and they told me that I'll be paying $81 a month. I said, that's negligible because I was stupid that time. Now I know. I paid the first year. I paid the second year. Towards the end of the second year, I checked my balance. I owe them 4,300. I said, Jesus, am I seeing, are these figures correct? I took from you 4,500. I've paid over 2 years, and I still owe you 4,300. Do you want to tell me I've only paid you people 200? What's wrong with you? The lady was talking to me, told me, it's because you are only paying interest. You are not touching your principal. I said, what? From that time, I had to tighten my belt. I told them, start taking 300 to the principal, and that 81 of yours that you have been taking, continue taking from my account. Take a total of 381 every month. I want this thing to be behind me. I was mad. Because guess what? If I had continued with that stupid thing that I was doing, by the time I finished paying, I would have paid them around $11,000 or $12,000 because of being stupid. Because of compound interest. Compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. Because I did understand, I was paying the compound interest. And they are excited. I'm only paying $81 a month. That is why you look at the things that in our bank account, we middle class, the things that if you have auto pay, the things that we pay for, a list of them. 3/4 of our pay is going to bills, some credit card, some afterpay, something. something. And now everything they want you to pay slowly. You have a card for this store, you have a card for this store, and all of them are compounding in interest. Can we wake up? Can we love ourselves? We need to love ourselves, please, and get out of this menace, because it's horrible. It is horrible. Now, my time is up here. You can DM me. I can give you one-on-one guidance depending on where you are. I can show you which type of plan that you can use to boost your savings. I have this knowledge because I've been licensed to talk about the things I'm talking about. Thank you so much for giving me audience. Thank you for keeping me company here that I've been talking for almost an hour, but I hope you have gotten something. God bless you and good night.